Arkansas Alcoholic Beverage Amendment is what I'm here to talk about tonight. They turned in 85,000 signatures to the Secretary of State's office. Effective July 15th, manufacture, sale, distribution, transportation of intoxicating liquors is lawful within the entire geographic region, each and every county of this state. May be regulated but not prohibited by the General Assembly. All laws which conflict with this amendment, including laws providing for local option elections, wet-dry election, to determine whether intoxicating liquors may or may not be sold, are hereby repealed to the extent that they conflict with this amendment. This is one of their petitions they've been passing around the state. They needed 78,000, they got 85. So we're about to have it whether we want it or not. And there's nothing that the local churches, they don't have room in their churches to lay out 78,000 names and say you can come take your name off of it if you want. I think there's a church in Lincoln County big enough to lay out 78,000 on these pieces of paper. We're about to have it forced on us. I know a few of you might know that I've been going around collecting signatures with the local group that's just trying to get Lincoln County wet. And of course the religious right says there's no tax benefit, but I'm sitting here looking at 2 receipts from Wow Liquors, the county line liquor store, where beer is taxed at a rate of 9.25 and liquor is taxed at a rate of 10.75, which is a penny and a half difference. And I remember when the County Quorum Court voted this on, this was never taken to a vote of the people. This was something that Boone County done. And who's to say that under the Arkansas Alcoholic Beverage Amendment that the General Assembly won't jump up and say anybody that went wet under the Arkansas Alcoholic Beverage Amendment has to submit their extra taxes to the state and they be divvied up by population. I don't know if any of you remember, but Marion County went wet. 2 years later, a township voted and they shut a county line liquor store down. Well, the counties are not going to have the right to do that under the Arkansas Alcoholic Beverage Amendment. And I believe it sets a dangerous precedent that if I could go to Little Rock, in a town of hundreds of thousands of registered voters, and collect 78,000 names and change the entire state. I think we all know that south of I-40 outvotes north of I-40. There's a line across Arkansas. And all my life I've seen that line south of I-40 pretty much dictate Arkansas politics. These people have got Walmart, Kroger, Arkansas Convenience Store Owners Association backing them. And the only people I know opposing them is Keep Independence County Free and Dry, Safe and Dry, has got $1 million, which ain't going to go far against Walmart and Kroger's money. We went ahead and did this now as Newton County. Could we get some taxes on it and get grandfathered in? There's just a lot of questions I think you need to ask yourself. I know a lot of people's got a morality thing with it about alcohol and Newton County being dry and been dry since 1946. But we're about to get it shoved down our throats anyway, and it might be time to look into what we can do on our own. 1,500-foot laws, you've got to be 1,500 foot from a church or a school. Like Boone County is going to be null and void under the Arkansas Alcoholic Beverage Act. But in the past, planning and zoning laws and signage rules have dictated to land developers where they could and what they could do things. And I still think Newton County can say if you're 1,500 foot from a church or a school, you can have no outside advertising, and you need to call it a package store or a beverage shop, not have liquor 4 foot high, you know, 4 foot tall letters. I think there's some things we can do, and do it as Newton County, and do it with some respect and dignity, and still not conflict with any geographic region in the state.